So this is very similar to active versus passive listening, but reading is a way that you can help train your mouth to get used to these sounds and your eyes to get used to letter combinations. I know I've had some aha moments when I said a word out loud or I saw it written down for the first time where I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Sometimes it was the point where I realized I was saying something wrong because I had never seen the word written down. So it is helpful. What's the active versus passive difference here? The passive difference would just be practicing moving your muscles. Just like when you're stretching, you're not trying to become a bodybuilder. You're just trying to keep your muscles loose. That's what you do when you read out loud in another language. My husband has told me that if English is rough for him because he's a Tigrinya speaker, because English is all here in your mouth, but Tigrinya is all throat mostly. So it's a different set of muscles that has to be trained. Again, it doesn't have to be super long. You could just do about 5 minutes. If you're really a beginner and you don't want to stress yourself out, try and read 1 minute a day, 60 seconds, just to keep your body and especially your throat in practice with the and stuff like that. So that's passive reading. Active reading, on the other hand, is after you take that time to read, whether it's for 60 seconds or 5 minutes, you need to go through and highlight the words that you didn't know or write them down if it's a book or a digital thing that you can't write on. And at first, it's going to be almost everything you don't know. So just stop once you get to 5 words so you don't stress yourself out. And with those 5 words, use a good dictionary to look them up. You can either look them up in a Google Translator or Microsoft Translator, or use a dictionary, which I'm still trying to find a good one. Once I do find one, I will update this video. But once you look up the words, don't just write down the word in English and the word in Tigrinya, but also the sentence that you found that in, the Tigrinya sentence, and see if the Google Translator or Microsoft Translator will allow you to translate the full sentence, because that will show you how to use that word in a sentence. Once you have this written down, don't just keep it in your notebook. See if you can add it to a flashcard app. There are many different flashcard apps that allow you to create your own deck, whether that's Enki for Android devices. I'm not saying for Apple for Enki because the Enki app on Apple is like $20 or something, and you don't need that right now. So just on Apple devices, try Memorize or Quizlet to build your own special deck of words that you find during this active reading practice. Okay, so that's reading. Now, the monster that most people avoid, but it's important if you want to get to intermediate and advanced level, is writing. So how can you do passive and active practice for that? Join me in the next video to learn.